imagining that'd be. For a second. Alright. There we go. Whew. Alright, and here we are. Alright. That's nice. I believe it is live. Is it live? Are we live? Scooch this back a little bit. Get a look at the sets, the box. Okay. I believe we are live. Let's go ahead and start. Hello, I am Sentimus Prime, and here I am, for this stream, I'm gonna be basically just opening this up and just building it, and just like basically like reactionary stuff when it comes to this set here, which I've been holding on to for a little bit now. Got it for a pretty good price. I got it while it was on like clearance, I believe. And I thought that this would be a interesting set to get. Like mostly because it has like a lot of, mostly because like the main build in the set seems to be like made up of like a lot of gold parts, so that'd be interesting to look through. Have that light on background, didn't need that. And yeah, did something get messed up with the lighting? That should be fine. Hello there, how are you doing? Liam Liam. That's good. That's good, Liam. Tons tall. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. I'll call you Liam. No, I don't know if that's correct. You'll correct me. You'll correct me on the pronunciation if I'm wrong. But that we are, yeah, just we're just gonna be like sitting back, just I'm gonna vibe, like Liam. Tunstall. Yeah, okay, so Liam. Yeah, hello there. I just wanted to make sure I got your name right. That's good. We're gonna be looking at this, and yeah, to start things off, we're gonna start this off by looking at the packaging. Hello, user 61PAZ. That's a lot of numbers and letters. But we have a person named User. Hello there. I am glad that you also like Legos. We do appreciate our Legos around here. So yeah, so we can start by taking a look at the box. Here's a look at it from the front. Got the Lego and Marvel logos. Here we have like our information stuff, our basic information stuff on the set, such as the recommended age, the set number, the name of the set, the number of, and of course the number of pieces to build the set. Over here on this corner we have, I guess like the artwork of like, I guess we have like the side title of like the movie that the scene is from, like like the Infinity Saga. It's I guess it's the one where Iron Man holds an Infinity Gauntlet. That's kind of weird, but all right. I find it more weird that it's like shows off like shows a like a the Iron Man from the movie rather than a minifigure Iron Man. But anyway, here we have a look at the main set itself. Got a good shot of the main set itself, as well as down here we have a little side thing showing us a profile of each of the figures included in the sets. Up here, not a whole lot going on here. Did you get some background like Marvel like comic like backgrounds like stuff like the backdrop things that they do for that? And also a 1:1 scaled image of Black Widow up here on this corner. On this side, not a whole lot going on here. It's just like a little bit of advertising on the maps and like a little bit of like warning stuff. Down here, again, not much going on down here. It's just like some of the more typical stuff like barcodes, like weird like codes and like labels and stuff. And up here, just Lego and Marvel logos with little bits of like comic book backgrounds. Over here on the back, we get another shot of the set itself, as well as some images showing us like some of the features. Like the main, like this main like giant creature. I believe this creature is called like a leviathan. A leviathan. I use spirit like this. Make him. Okay. Yeah, like Mega Mix. Interesting. Yeah, also, up here like shows us. That looks funny. That looks funny. Yeah, we got like looks of like interesting stuff, as well as like a couple features. Like showing us the features of that. I probably would like to look into the Mega Mix. I don't know, what is that? Is that like? Hold on, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Mega Mix like a side? Is like are we talking about like the Lego like mechs that Lego likes to do nowadays with like their licensed like the mech sets, or is that like a thing that's like not related to Lego at all? They are giants. Okay. So it's like a non-Lego thing. All right. Oh, so it's not like a. Oh, is it like a one of those like it's not made by Lego, but it's compatible, but it's made up of like bricks and pieces that are compatible with Lego? I probably should like look into like see what you're talking about there. That's interesting. I think I might have seen like some of them are like either like Timu or AliExpress or sites like that. Or I've seen those kinds of like mecha builds. Yeah, if we yeah, but with that, I think it's seems like a good point to start like actually like opening the set up and building it. So I have with me a brick separator. It looks amazing. Could you give me a quick description of how this mech looks, and maybe I'll be able to see like what it looks, be able to find it. There's more than one. Okay, like I said, like there's. So when we look at the box, we do get a couple of these like push like thumb tab things to be able to like tear into and rip open the box. There's one with a cannon arm and a pilot. Oh, okay. So what site have you seen these in? We're finished. Okay. Are these like the ones on like? Oh, okay. Go. That we can get this. I just got one. Got it for Christmas. Yeah, I got it for Christmas. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. But if you're like, looking for places to find like sets like that where it's like not made by Lego, but they're like sets that are compatible with Lego. They're just not made by Lego. Some good places to like find that kind of stuff is places like Timu or AliExpress. Sites like that. Sites like that. Sites like that is like where you get like a lot of like like those kinds of things. And a lot of the times, the builds, at least like the builds themselves, look pretty neat. Would look pretty neat. Oh, look at that! So we got this open. So inside we have inside we have obviously there's the instruction manual. It's not from Temu, because Temu has bootleg stuff. Look at that. It's sturdy. It's not from Temu because Temu has bootleg stuff that. Yes, that is correct. Like Temu does have like a lot of the bootleg sets. That's typically where you can get those bootleg sets from. But I have like seen some of those like bootleg sets that have been like rather sturdy. Like in a lot of the cases, yes, the sets would be rather like brittle. Would be one way to describe it, because not all of the like building techniques were like fully thought through when designing those sets, and so as a result, a lot of them would be rather fragile. And we have so starting off like looking at the insides, we have the instructions. So look at it from the back. Here we have the parts list. We have the parts list right there. There we go. Parts list right there. And does this set advertise any like other sets in here or anything like that? Nope, that's pretty much it for that. Okay. So in here we have some interesting stuff. So we have this, which is Hulk's legs and torso. Seems this is like rather interesting because it has like a neck attachment thing to it. Not only that, but it has like studs molded on the back, Lego like stud connections molded on the back, which makes it interesting. And that's got like a big fig. It's a big fig. I don't get why his shorts are gray. I've always typically seen Hulk's like shorts as like purple. I always thought that Hulk's like shorts were purple. And from the looks of it, yeah, he does. The plastic color he uses seems to be the sort of olive green color instead of a lighter shade of green, but that's fine. We'll look more into that, when we build them up. But let's take a look at the other stuff. And here we also have 3 bags of parts: bag 1, bag 2, and the bag 3. And so with that, I think now's as good of a time as any to start building. And we'll do this where we'll look at the parts as we're building it. Why not? Alright. Bag 1. Back this down a bit. Let's put this down here so we can get a better look at the parts in here. Oh, that's nice. I appreciate that. Thank you. Alright. So we got our first bag open. We're looking for a place to set the instructions. And here should be a fine here should be a here should be a fine place to put it. And with that, let's go ahead and get building. Now here we start off with building Hulk. Oh, that's interesting. I've definitely seen like these parts on from like videos and stuff. Well, yeah, this is definitely like my first like in hand like experience in person like experience like with these like larger minifigure heads. Like, look at how large this is compared to a regular minifigure head. That is insane. And the hairpiece too. Look at that. That is that is absurdly large. Hey, look. Oh, you can attach the large heads onto the minifigure body fish. Look at that. I guess you can attach the hairpiece onto. Like, you can have like bobblehead minifigures. That's actually kind of interesting. Like, hold on, how does attaching okay, okay. You can attach the large minifigure heads hair pieces on a regular sized minifigure head. Look at that. So they should rework the Hulk, make him more movable. I think I do agree with you there. At least when it comes to the legs. Whoops. Because to be fair, like they have. To be fair, this does seem to be an interesting improvement over previous ones I've seen before. Where like back when I was like seeing like big fakes like a lot of the times uh yeah, like a lot of the times like it would like the body would just not have that many connections to it. It would just be either it would likely just be like either the technic pinhole connections or like the bottoms of the feet where I would like see ones where the head is just molded onto the body and it would not have any other connections on like. But I can definitely see where you're coming at, like especially when it comes to the legs. If they were to like redesign like big fakes in in a more significant way, I definitely would like them to. I definitely would like to see these big figs with at least like at like leg articulation at least like this, where we would at least have arms, where we would at least have forward and backward movement on the legs, much like a minifigure legs. I would like to see that on there, but I definitely do see where they improved. For instance, they have like this head separately fitted, where I'm sure it's been like that for a long time. I just haven't really had that many big figs. And you can attach the other piece to there. And that's kind of weird. Just feels kind of weird. It's a little bit looser. I don't get why there's no alternate face expression, but I guess that's not needed. But I can't seem to hold this on any tighter than that. And it's fine. I believe in here is here in here we have the small Technic pieces connect to connect his arms onto his body. Attach the right arm, attach the left, then we attach the left fist, then the right. And then here we have a Hulk. We have Hulk. The arms look like cannons without the fists. To be fair, like you do have like, I can definitely see that. It definitely like can look like a cannon. Something I've seen. Yeah, like something I've seen mock makers do with their big figs is like attach like parts onto this Technic connection to make it look like the big fig has like a giant cannon arm, where they like build up a cannon and like have it so that it would attach to here to make it look like it has a cannon arm. That's like more than just removing the fists. But yeah, definitely neat. But like, and you'll see like what I mean when I like put, I guess the other minifigures together. Yep, the other minifigure here together. Because here we have Captain America. Oh, I thought his shield was in here. Oh. Okay, first of all, I'm noticing that this minifigure doesn't have printing on its legs, which is okay, I guess. It's alright, I guess. But, like, do you see, like... Because when you look at a minifigure compared to the big fig, well, at least this one, like, you can see that it would have a rotating head, so that's the big fig in this case, but they would also have arms that rotate this way, as well as as well as hands that rotate that way. For the big figs, it's been like that for a long time. Like they have that exact same movements, just bulked out. So point is, okay, how can let's see, how come the characters are so plain and it's boring, and the Leviathan got all the love? We'll stick a pin in that comment for now, and we'll come back to that like when we have like when we like have the set put together and like taking a look at it. like experience like, oh, here's a shield. Here's the shield. Just attached to his hand. There we go. I was wondering where his shield went. That's fine. So we got our minifigures together for our first bag. Let's start with the build. So we put a lime green brick onto this piece. And after that we attach. Okay. Oh, that's neat. You got like a nice sort of. You got like a good. Like, how many of these are there? Like real quick. I want to look at these. How many of these we got? Got 5, 10. So, like in this bag, we have 13 of these 1x2 plates in this nice translucent purple. Look at that. That looks awesome. And you get so many of them in this bag. You get so many of them. That's nice. I do like that. As well as some mixel joints. Always appreciate when a set includes mixel joints. Always appreciate that. It's crazy how much there is. Alright, next page. We'll attach this and this here. We also get a few of these pieces. Yeah, we also get a few of these pieces. These like Among Us shaped hinge pieces in gold. That's neat. Wait, have I tried making my own Legos? Like, are you saying like building like mocks, like my own creations out of Legos? Or are you saying like me like making my own like pieces out of like plastic, making separate pieces, like custom pieces, like to integrate into builds? What is because because I have made because like like making it out of other set. Oh, you're talking about. Are you talking about like builds I put together using the parts from a set to build something else? You just using the parts from the set. Those are like commonly referred to as alternate builds, and yes, I have built a good number of them so far, and I do, and currently I am still working on more. So in terms of like building mocks and alternate builds, yes. But when it comes to like making like my own like unique parts, like that'll fit with the Legos, I don't think I haven't tried to that yet. No, I never really. But I don't know like how long it will take before I'll be able to actually make something like that. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I honestly don't like fully care like how famous I get. I'm just it's like I just appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, we got another like 2x4 plate in dark gray, as well as a number of these 1x2 jumper plates in this nice gold. Oh, you also get a decent number of those, like at least 8. Like, look at that. You also get like a decent number of those in here. Yeah, at least 8 of them in here. That's nice. Don't let it change. I honestly like do. Yeah, I get the metaphor. I get the thing you're saying. I'll try. I'll definitely try my best to keep my thoughts and opinions as authentic as possible while making my content. Okay, got okay. Oh, we get a bunch. Look at that. How many of these are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that 14 or is that like miscount? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you get 14 of these pieces, of these like claw pieces, like talon, like claw pieces in gold. That is, that's a good number of those. That's nice. Now we just patch a bunch of these onto here. Hello there. Caster 2. Caster 2. Hold on. Got another, got another one where I need to like make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly. Hold on. Caster 2. Caster 2? Like, Caster 2? Caster 2? Again, forgive me if I get the if I have that pronounced wrong. Here we go. We attach 10 of these talon things up here. So then what happens is we attach. Ooh, we got a few of these pieces in this like dark in this like dark tan color. Ain't that something? And also some of these small spike pieces in this color. So we just attach these spikes onto the back. Make it look like a spiked back. So then we have that section of the Leviathan. And after that, we start putting together another section of another segment. Two more of those purple pieces, and then two more of these mixel ball joints, and then two more of these jumper plates, and then one more of those rounded plates, and then a couple of these spikes. There we go. Then after that, we connect 4 of these small ones. How many of these smaller ones are there? I'm actually curious. Hold on, how many? Got 8 of them. Like here, it's like a. So we got like these like newer styles of like these smaller like talon pieces. Here, just compared next to like the older one. Here, just compared next. Or they feature both of them, but it's like a newer styled one. And you got 8 of these in here. That's nice. They really just attach those. Then after that, we take this segment and pop it to this segment, like that. Oh, I see what. I probably should have seen that coming earlier when I was assembling this segment. It looks like they're going to be doing something similar, akin to, yeah, when it comes to like the articulation of the beast, it looks like they're going to be doing something similar to how they did that, the 3-in-1 like deep sea creatures set. I do like that. I definitely appreciate that because I do very much like that set. It comes with a good amount of definitely comes with like a good amount of like pieces. Definitely a nice way. Definitely a nice way of achieving that, I think. And with that, I believe we. Oh. I see. Hold on. Are these like? hold on. I don't think I've seen. I don't think I've seen these creatures like in the movie. I don't think I've. I don't think I've like seen these. Are these supposed to be like legs, or are these supposed to be flipped down like this, and to form like a rib cage kind of thing? Like it looks great either way. Like look at that. I'm gonna leave them all in like that because it definitely gives like a nice like skeletal look to it. That and as well as like the spikes on the back gives it like a weird like sort of like golden skeletal look to it. That looks cool. That looks cool. And then coming up next we have another segment being put together. And we attach this to here, then one of those, then two more of these pieces. And then what comes next? Okay, another of those. We attach one of these to on top there. Attach another purple piece up there. Attach two more of these over here. Attach this piece up here. And then we have this piece. This piece looks pretty neat. I can definitely see this as like a horn kind of thing, or possibly like a blade of some sort. But in this case, it's being used as a tail, which is pretty cool too. It rotates. And it does have like a bit of a curved movement to it. Okay. Then after that, we attach four of these larger talon pieces, onto these bar connections. And then we attach this segment onto there. Oh, look at that. That is cool. Okay, we'll work on another segment next. Good. Let's connect up another set of those. We'll connect a couple more of these. Another set of those. You get a really nice amount of like these mixed ball and socket joints. That's nice. Okay, let's connect more of these purple pieces. Then that. Then what we're doing here is we're connecting these pieces here, connecting these Technic ball joints, these Technic mixable ball joints, connect them to there. Those little extra points of connections. Then from here, we connect two of these jumper plates, 2 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 attach it up there like that. And a couple of these dark tan cheese wedge pieces. Then we attach this piece there, then a couple more, and then a couple of more of these spikes. Then after that we attach 4 more of these onto these bar connections. Then after that, we connect that to the front. After that, we connect it to the front, adding more to that sort of centipede, either like centipede legs or rib cage. We're probably thinking rib cage at this point because come on, that makes a great like golden like rib cage look, to be honest. And with that, here we have the stuff built from the first bag of parts, with exactly one spare piece, and it's one of these spike pieces. That's interesting. Look at that. Let's set that aside for now. Oh, let's work on. Actually, I need to get this charging. But after that, we can work on bag number 2. Got that open. Got a baggie of smaller parts. Okay, we get a lime green brick, because of course we do. Oh, look at a rubbery cape. We usually get like the cloth ones, but this is like a rubber. That's weird. And here's like the smaller baggie of parts set aside there. And with that, let's continue. We're gonna continue on this with the Loki minifigure. So we attach the arms to the legs to the torso. Attach his cape onto here, then his head, and this helmet piece. Then we move up, attach his staff to sort of staff to his hands, to one hand, and And then this is interesting because I believe this is supposed to be the. I believe it was called the Tesseract. It was like this sort of glowing like cube. We got the Tesseract, which appears to be uh which appears to be represented with a Minecraft headpiece, but casted in translucent like light blue plastic, in transparent light blue plastic, to represent the Tesseract. That is fascinating. So here we have a Tesseract. I believe it was smaller than. I believe it was kind of smaller than that in like the actual movies, but like that. But that's neat, I guess. That's pretty neat. But anyway, here we have Loki. And look at that, we can just remove his cape at will. We can just remove it by like tearing it off. And look at that, he's got like some nice back printing. You can just reattach the cape. However, the he's got some nice leg printing. That's really cool. And also some really nice like torso printing. It got like some really nice like torso print design. It looks, and then it got like a really cool like staff weapon, and the helmet looks really nice. And the cape is an obvious standout. This is a rather fascinating. This is an interesting minifigure of Loki. It looks pretty cool. And that's and apparently, and yeah, he also has a alternate like face print where he's like gotten beaten up, and his mouth is shut with like a device of some sort. He's got like a mask thing of some sorts. I think this is like supposed to be like him after he gets like caught by the Avengers, where they just like have him like gagged so he wouldn't talk. But on a side note, for those who know what, for those who know exactly what scene I'm replicating here, come on, hold together. Ha ha! Very funny. Very funny. Get it? Because Hulk like beats, because Loki gets absolutely beaten up by Hulk. But yeah, the Loki figure is really cool. I like that a lot. Have you? Like the Loki figure is really cool. I like that. Okay, so with that, yeah, let's continue the build. Dry nose ball. Okay, we're on the next segment. We got more of. We got at least two more of these. That's nice. Why thank you. Um, hold on, I'm gonna check on something. Okay, where are you at? Where are you at? Come on, where are you? Okay. Let's continue for now. Why, thank you. Adrian? Is that right? Is that correct? No, we get more. Get more of these. That's cool. I like that. Alright. How are you doing? How's the chat doing? Ooh. Look at that. Got like a nice amount of these sort of pieces, these types of bricks in this dark gray color. That's nice. I like that. attach some of these onto there. And we start covering up some more. And what we do here is we built up this little assembly, this, and then let's attach to this to here. Then from there, you can take two of these, two of these, two of these, and then attach these pieces onto here. Then I attach these onto the sides like so. Oh, I see we both. Hello, Lego Master. How are you doing? We attach two of these. Onto here. Then after that, take one of these, attach three of those onto there. Then place that there. Then do the same with the other side. These are some these are some nice parts to get in this color. That's cool. Then put brick there. I missed. Yes, I did. We need to place two of these onto here, here and here. Then we can attach these pieces, then these pieces. This piece, the 1x4, and then the 1x3. There we go. Then we use these two onto here. Then we grab this piece, we take a couple of these one by one round, these one by one studs pieces in translucent purple, attach them over this fender piece. We'll use this one instead. There we go. Attach that over here. Then attach one of these 2x2s in gold, as well as a couple of these 1x2 like cheese slope pieces on each side of that. Then after that, we attach two of these towards the front. And then one of these between there. Turning out good. It does seem to be turning out pretty good so far. Then one of these pieces on top of there like that. There we go. Oh, there we go. Ooh, then some. Then we attach a couple of these trigger pieces onto the stud shooter bases. And then we just attach these on either side, like so. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. And after that, there we go. Boom. Boom. What else? There and there. There we have that. Let's attach these onto what to where I over here to where I assume the like wings are gonna be, I guess. All right. Here, attach these curved pieces onto there. Then after that, we attach. Oh, you get a bunch of these. You get a lot of these. Start attaching a bunch more of these pieces. We'll just attach the ones on the other side too, just because. And there we go. 14 of these gold talon pieces, gold like claw pieces, like hinged claw pieces on here, on this segment. That's a lot. Get a lot of those. And then what's going to happen is we're going to attach this segment onto the last one, increasing our build by that much more. Then after that we start to build what I guess are the wings. On a side note, got some of these gold grill pieces in gold, as well as several of these pieces in gold. That's nice. Really good for like tiling and texture. For giving off like a nice like textured look. I appreciate that. Yeah, that, just attach that to there. Now what's going to happen is we're going to attach this segment onto this very end right here. Then after that, we'll there we go. Here we have this segment done. Then we're going to attach this segment onto this. We're going to attach this wing onto this segment. Then after that, we're going to grab this piece, attach that there, attach this here, then attach that, then that, then that, that, then attach those there. Oh, it's supposed to be like this. Okay. And we attach that there. So we have all, so we attach, so just like built in attach like the three sort of right wings. I believe the left ones are going to be in bag number 3. For now we have, from this bag we only have a total of 3 extra pieces. One of which being this, one of which being an extra trigger, and this probably being like the largest like extra piece. We got like an extra one of the Loki staff pieces. That's interesting. Oh yeah, that's pretty neat. And so after that, we'll grab bag 3. And open it up. There we go, we're opening this up. We got the baggie of smaller pieces. And here we go. Let's, I guess, pick out some of the minifigure pieces. So we can put the minifigures together real quick. We have this like sort of stud shooter. We attach a trigger onto there. And then using some of these red studs, we attach one of these onto there. Now let's just put together the minifigure. And here's our Black Widow. She does have some real nice arm printing. Her torso prints pretty neat. Torso, the back printing's very nice, and also some pretty good leg printing as well. That's nice. That's neat. Yeah, like have here. Then we attach this. Then we grab this sort of blaster piece. Grab two more of these kinds of pieces. That's nice. Attach those on either sides of the blaster. Then after that, attach this sort of gold tooth piece onto here. By the way, very nice. Glad I have this piece. That's very nice. And then attach the purple cone on top of that. Then we have this sort of creature. What is he called? Some sort of like foot soldier. Some sort of foot soldier kind of. It's kind of like foot soldier, like troop builder kind of figure. The face kind of reminds me of like the printed heads, the face kind of reminds me of like the inner like printed like inner heads for like the printed minifigure heads for like the spider like figures like for Chima. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this face print. It kind of reminds me of like a Chima thing, especially with like a brick. I feel like that combined with like the brick built weapon, it's definitely giving off some Chima vibes. Printing on the torso is pretty neat. Got some nice printing on the head. You got printing on like the back of the head and the back. Printing's pretty good, but no printing on the. You also got no printing on the arms and nothing on the legs. That's fine. I would prefer some printing on the legs here, but I would prefer some printing on the arms and legs for this figure, but it's not too bad. Okay. And then with that, let's continue the build on the Leviathan. I believe that's what this is supposed to be called. Okay. here's the smallest rear wing. Okay, there's the middle wing. Oh goodness. And here's the largest of the wings on the body. Look at that. How does that look so far? Alright. Oh, look at these. I like these nice, like, translucent, like, clear piece. Got, like, these clear pieces. That's a very interesting piece. Okay, so I guess what we do is so what I guess we're doing is we're building up a couple. So we build up a couple of these clear builds to function as a sort of like stand display for this. That's nice. I like that. So one of these gets attached to back here, while the other gets attached up here. Got some Technic. Got a tiny bit of Technic. Got some brown brackets. We got some like nice like gold to teeth pieces. Okay. That's looking pretty good so far. Boom. Boom. Then we attach a bracket here on the front. We can attach another set of these teeth. Then one of these burnt orange brackets. Oh, I see. Then a 2x2 and a gold 2x2, and then attach these pieces there, then these pieces. Okay. And then one of these like sort of Ninjago like text sort of layered armored textured pieces. Attach that to there. I do like that. I'll talk more about how the head is designed later. For now, let's attach that there. Set that to the side for now. We'll attach more of these burnt orange brackets onto this inverted curve piece. 1x2. these. Cheese slope. Ooh, one of these pieces, but Technic adapter piece in light gray. Haven't seen that. Haven't seen that. Their bracket. Okay, then. And this set has a lot of like both sides of these like texture pieces. Okay, then gold like ingot piece. And then after that, huh? All right. So then after that, we can attach the lower jaw to the sort of skull. I do like how they achieved this. Use the Technic stuff to like they use the Technic stuff to like they use this sort of little Technic assembly to make the jaw articulated. Now it can't fully close, unfortunately, but who needs it to fully close when you just have it looking so cool? Why not? And then after that, we attach the head, pop the head in. Then after that, we pop the ammunition into the pop the ammunition in. Then after that, here we have the Leviathan fully put together. How does that look? That looks pretty cool. Look at that. Ain't that just coolest thing? And that's it with the instructions. And here's a look at all, like, well, these honestly don't really count since they're like ammunition pieces. But we got in some extra pieces. Look at that. Got like a cool, we got like a nice decent little handful of, got a nice decent little bit of extra pieces. But that's nice. Look at that. You can absolutely just pose this around. Look at that. That's nice. Post enhance. Post that. No. Apparently this is just right. Okay. And that is very nice. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's like look through what this set has to offer real quick. We'll set the main star of the show off to the side for now, so we can look at the other figures. So here we have Hulk. He's big. He's green. He's like what we typically expect from a big fig nowadays. But I will say, I'm not too big on this version of Hulk. At least not this version of him that comes with the set. Like we got like the gray shorts. That's kind of weird, but also this sort of sickly green like color for him. He looks like he's like seasick rather than being like a nice like big green Hulk. I would rather have Hulk. I'd much rather have Hulk in a slightly more vibrant shade of green, in my opinion. And purple shorts. Overall design is nice as far as big figs go. Like the torso, like mold sculpt is rather interesting. It's got like his abs like sculpted in. That's interesting. Also got like studs connections on the back, so you could just like attach things. You can like attach things onto his back, so that's neat. The hairpiece is slightly looser than I'd like, but it's fine. It holds at least. Like my issue with the Hulk figure is yeah, just the fact that he's like a very sickly olive green. It's made with olive green plastic rather than a slightly more vibrant shade, and his shorts being gray rather than purple. When I typically think about Hulk Smash, I think of him in a much more in a at least a little bit more vibrant of a green than as well as like purple shorts, so like contrast with the green. But it's fine otherwise. Loki is awesome. Like this version of Loki is absolutely cool. It's got like a cool staff weapon. It's got like a really awesome helmet piece. It's got a really nice cape. The cape's really cool. I like how flexible it is. And they did. And this is one of the minifigures in this set that have like a nice attention. That has like a, seems to be more focused on like the print, on like the detail on the prints, because the printing on them looks really good. And the Tesseract, while being a little bit larger than what I would like, I still find it to be I still find it to be kind of clever. I still find it to be quite clever. So yeah, Loki's awesome. This sort of army, this sort of putty man kind of like foot soldier kind of thing. It's got the name's right there. It's like I don't know how to pronounce that name. Okay. Like Chitari, Chitori, Chitaruri. I don't know. I don't know. As far as like this like figure goes, the printing on them. Well, what little printing is on this figure is pretty neat. It might actually be like a. Oh, is this like a female character? Oh, either way, has some decent printing on like the head and torso, but no printing on the arms and legs. It's fine, but but however, does have a fairly decent uh, brick built weapon at least. So at least there's that. Black Widow is nice. She's got she's like seems to be the other figure in this box set that seems to have more attention. Seems to be more favored when it comes to the printing. She's the only one here who has printing on her arms, and she's also one of the only ones in the set who has printed legs. And the printing on her torso, yeah, the printing on her overall is really nice. Do like that. Does have a weapon that is less for looks and more for play factor. She's got like this giant cannon like this giant pistol with like, oh, like that shoots like laser rounds. I guess she's just holding one of these like stud shooters in her hands, and to show how like effective that is, it does pack a punch. It does pack a bit of a punch. We'll use it to shoot Loki. See how it fares. Gotta, gotta be careful when shooting these on camera. There we go. Thought I lost that for a second. Let's try not to shoot those. Like, we get it. Like, they have to pack a good decent punch, but not too much of a punch. Captain America is, I'm not sure. Like, he's got like an alternate face print. That's neat. The back printing, again, like he's got like printing on his torso, and what little printing is on his torso is pretty good. I honestly would prefer at least a little bit more printing on the arms and legs. But like the printing where we do get it, it's nice. Got like some nice printing. I do like the shield. The shield's nice. Okay, yeah, the shield's pretty decent. Do like that. Like nice printing on there one side, but it's actually like molded in like this dark gray and maroon, the sort of dark red, like maroon hands, sort of dark red hands. That's nice. The sort of head helmet piece, that's cool. Got like just enough printing on it, and it does feel nice. It seems to be done like in a like sort of matte finish to it. Looks pretty good. And the faces are decent. As far as minifigures go, yeah. As far as like the figures in the set, my favorite is Loki. Favorite in the set, Loki. Second favorite being Black Widow. And then yeah, then I guess Captain America. Yes, Captain America as like as my third. Then the like the foot soldier figurine. And then unfortunately, then my least favorite figure in this box is unfortunately the Hulk. I feel like the colors I feel like if I feel like the colors do this character a disservice, in my opinion. But enough with the figurines. Let's talk about the build. Now, I was initially like thinking about like building this on camera, and then after a stream just like take it apart for pieces, tear it apart for pieces. But I find myself very torn on this actually, because weirdly enough, I find myself a bit torn about like whether or not I should take apart this Leviathan, because while yes, it has a lot of really good. It has a lot of really nice pieces, but to be honest, the build itself it's actually like pretty cool. First of all, look at the underside. If you look at the underside, like first of all, like separately fitted like flight like like display like pillars, like clear translucent display pillars. That's nice. Like that's really cool. But you also get like this. You also got like the you also got like oh you also got like the underside having the sort of golden rib cage, either like rib cage or like thousands of little like dozens of little like centipede legs. But I'm more inclined to think that this is supposed to be more of a golden skeletal like rib cage look. And well, and yeah, like to be honest, that's pretty cool. That's pretty sick. Like that looks so cool. Like this part alone makes this whole build look really nice. And the underside looks pretty decent too. Like the underside, like under it, it looks fairly clean. Then we'll then from up at like this sort of angle, we'll move from the back and work our way to the front. I will say, using this sort of unique piece for the tail end, I do find to be quite nice. It it I feel like it works. You can just you can have it rotate around to you can have it rotate around to have it look like it's like doing some S curves in the skies, make it look real nice. Or you could just like leave it. You just like rotate it, make it look nice. Yeah, I do like how they like use a certain piece for the. I do like how they use this. I do like how the use for this piece. This segment is pretty neat. I do like. Yeah, it's only like move up here. The I will say the difference, the way they attach multiple nixel joints to securely hold like each segment to not only have it be nicely articulated but also structurally stable. And that's nice. Oh, and also these display pillars easily removable and do not mess with the look at all. That's nice. That's really cool. Also I got like various different sizes of like these wings. I do find that to be quite neat. Adds like a little bit more to like the articulation factor to it. That's nice. I do like this portion of the back where they added a bunch of uh, dark tan uh, these sort of dark tan spike pieces. They just added a bunch of those towards the back. Gives it a get yeah. I feel like it definitely adds to that skeletal look to it. That like golden skeletal look to it. Quite nice. And while we're back here, the way that they just like spammed like these like translucent purple pieces to like add to like add trans that like pop of to like add to that subtle bit of translucent purple in this mostly like gold and dark tan sort of build. I find that to be quite neat. I feel like the translucent purple adds that nice subtle like detail. I feel like that, and they did that real nicely. Then moving up to like this section, we got like this nice like big like hefty portion of the beast, Leviathan. Very nice. It looks very muscly. Looks surprisingly muscly. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like this portion on its own. Like, never mind. Like the tail. Never mind the wings. Flip down the wings. Doesn't doesn't that look like? Doesn't that look like a decent torso design for like a mech or a robot of some kind? Wouldn't that be neat? Like I look at this from this angle and I think that's quite interesting. Got like the wings up here, the wings, especially like these larger wings up here. I feel like have like a nice layered, has like a nice level of detail to them. Definitely like those. And definitely, I also really like the extra like flare flaring bits provided by these like armor pieces. I feel like it adds an extra bit of spikiness, the extra little bit of jagged texture to it. I do like that's nice. I think that to be nice. And also something I feel like helps with uh the texture, the skeletal sort of texturing is like these like vent pieces in gold. I feel like that does something to it, makes it look extra nice. That's quite neat. Like that's pretty cool. We do get and up here seems to be like done really nicely too. We got like the stud shooters up here to provide like extra little like play function with the Leviathan, as well as like this nice extra little bit of texturing with the fender piece, sort of help filling in some of the gaps. I do appreciate that. And then moving on to the head, I find the head to be quite clever. Not only is like the, not only do I find like the sort of snout portion to be quite nicely done. I do find the jaw is really cool. I like how the jaw was done. It adds like a nice bit of articulation and expression to it. The gold teeth is a real nice touch. I like that, and I definitely would like to get more of those pieces in gold for an upcoming build. But in my opinion, the most clever, the most like clever aspect about like the head is how this piece was used, because on its own, yeah, like it looks good. Definitely fits the style of this build overall. It has like a nice layered and sharp texture to it. It looks real nice. But then using it on the head like this, you attach one of these on the head, and have a sort of like armored like head. Yeah, like it looks nice, but if you look over here, you notice like these gaps, which are normally like just there to accommodate for like the stud. like connections for when you're attaching this onto like a build. They cleverly used the gaps in this piece as like the eye detail, as like the detail for the eyes. That is easily one of my favorite aspects about this build. The other, of course, being just the sheer amount of parts that this thing would provide. Like for example, like well, most obviously we got what is it? It was like what 10, 20, 24, 28. Yeah, 28 of these larger claw pieces and then 8 of these smaller claw pieces in gold. That is a lot. That is a lot. You also got a nice amount of like the mixer ball joints and stuff. They got one of these pieces. That's really cool. Got a good amount of these uh, dark tan spike pieces. Those can be really useful. You also got a few of these pieces, like these pieces, these like round pieces in dark tan. You got a good amount of, at least like 6 of these jumper plates in gold. That's nice. But you also get like a bunch of these translucent purple 1x2 tiles, 1x2 plates. How many of those? 15 of these 1x2 plates in translucent purple. That's awesome. 8 sets of like these 1x2s with the teeth on them. That's real nice. You got 10 of the gold hinge pieces. Very versatile. But also the tan. But I also like the dark tan because you get 17. You got 17. You got 17 of these like angled pieces for each side. So 17 left angles and 17 right angles. So you got 17 each. That is awesome. Also some like nice translucent pieces. Got 6 of like 6, 8, 10. Well, you got 14 of these like tiles. That's pretty cool. I like that. So like it has a great amount of it has a great variety of pieces, and some of the pieces they just constantly spam makes it an excellent set if you're looking for a bunch of these claw pieces in gold. This is an excellent like parts set for that. Or if you're just looking for a set that uses lots of gold, if you're grabbing a set, it makes for a great parts pack. It makes a great parts pack for like gold pieces and dark tan pieces. Dark tan and gold pieces especially is very very great for like a parts pack for that. But also, it just I feel like it just looks really nice. Like hold on. what if I try? I was trying to do a sort of trying to do a more like complex kind of posing with like let's try to reattach those. I think I missed it. Ah, okay. Got that resituated. Like, oh, come on. Like, come on. I was totally content with just like showing this build off on the stream and then just taking it apart and use its parts. But man, this is just looks pretty cool. Like, man, it's just I do I do not remember seeing these creatures in like the Marvel movies, but it just looks like a really cool like kaiju kind of build. This looks really nice. I like it. And I definitely this looks just looks cool. So overall, oh yeah, oh yeah, to return to what Liam said earlier. Let me scroll back to what Liam said earlier. Where Liam said, how come the characters are so plain, it's boring, and the Leviathan got all the love? Well, let's come back to that for a minute. So, now that we've taken a look at these sets, what do we think about like that? So it's like, how come the characters are so plain? Like, the only like figures in this set I would find to be plain would be, I think the most plain looking would possibly be uh this like foot soldier kind of figure, and that's mostly because and we also get like and that's like mostly because like it's there's a lot of like grays. I've and while the lack of printing on the arms and legs definitely doesn't help it, I feel like it's mostly like the fact that it's just like mostly just like dark monotone colors for this figure, as well as the Hulk. The Hulk I can definitely find to be look less. The Hulk I find, in my opinion, is less plain. It looks and more bland. It looks more sickly. Like this version of Hulk looks more sickly, in my opinion. Like less so than plain. I wouldn't say this Hulk looks plain. I'd say it looks sickly. Like, well, when it comes to this one, I can definitely see it looking more plain around. I can definitely see that. Like with between the lack of printing on the arms and legs and just that it mostly uses like 2 layers of gray. It uses like monotone, like gray. Well, it's kind of monotone. Like the only thing that's like really giving her any color is her weapon, And if you remove that, yeah, looks kind of plain. Well, like if you look up close, you do see that this figure has some nice printing on the head and torso. But if you remove the weapon and just look at it from far away, like yeah, I will agree to say that it looks pretty bland. And also other features that the Leviathan have, you can sit this figure down on the Leviathan, and of course you can shoot the stud shooters from the Leviathan. But I'm not going to be doing that since I've already shown off how that looks. But yeah, this one I'll say does look pretty plain. So let's attach the weapon back. Captain America, I feel like there's just enough going on with him that makes me feel like it's not so plain. I feel like between the shield, the head, and like the massive amounts of detail where there is printing, I feel like balances out the lack of printing on the arms and legs. Whereas this one, it's just like too much like monotone alongside the lack of printing in some areas, making this one look plain. And then these two just look great. Like and then these two minifigures just look great in my opinion. I feel like out of this set, the only one I feel like it looked what I would consider plain would be definitely this figure, maybe this figure. But I feel like a Captain America in this set kind of rides on the edge of plain and interesting. Hulk just looks like he's seasick. Like I feel like he's got like the night. He looks like I feel like the Hulk has like a level of detail, like yeah, like he has like sculpted out like muscles everywhere, but it's not like too detailed in my opinion. It's more so just the fact that his colors feel off to me. But yeah, the mini. And then as far as like the Leviathan getting all the love, I mean, wouldn't you agree? The Leviathan looks awesome, in my opinion. But I feel like not all of the love went to it. I still do like I still like most of the minifigures. I especially like Loki. Black Widow is really good. Captain America is alright. He's alright. Like this version of Captain America I find is adequate. Not that great, but he's pretty good. This one looks pretty good. This figure admittedly does look kind of plain to me. Like the only like really interesting aspect of this one is more so like the brick built weapon. I like the brick built weapon, but the figure itself is just kind of is admittedly pretty plain. And then Hulk is unfortunately seasick. He looks like he's about to throw up. He's about to throw up. He's coughing up blood. Oh no. Oh, he's eaten. Oh, he had something really bad for supper. Oh. Oh no. Ah, he's balding too. Oh no. His hair's falling off. This is unfortunate. Our poor boy Hulk, our poor man, he's in a very unfortunate state. Must be taken out of his misery. Just kidding. He's fine. I'm sure some rest, some vitamin C, some NyQuil, and he'll feel all better. And I also got an extra one of these. That's quite nice. So, in terms of like my overall thoughts on this set, it's pretty good actually. I like some. It's very nice. Like the selection of minifigures is overall like it's very nice. We got some really cool. We got a couple of really good minifigures. Yeah, we got a couple of really good minifigures. We got an alright one. We got a nice adequate minifigure. We got an unfortunately kind of bland minifigure. Bland, like nothing character of a minifigure with a cool brick weapon. And then a very sickly looking Hulk. A very unfortunate looking Hulk. But the real star of the show, is that of the Leviathan. It just looks real cool. Like it makes for a fun, piece. Like it's nice. It's nicely articulated. Yeah, it's like nicely articulated. Has a good amount of detail. I'm sure those who are familiar with these creatures in the movies, are gonna like this. And yeah, it makes Leviathan also makes for a great parts pack, especially if you're looking for, especially for gold and dark tan pieces. Makes for a great parts pack. Like even if you don't like the creature, even if you're not a fan of the creature, but like if, but I also like definitely seem to recommend it for even if you just want like a cool even if you just want like a cool kaiju, like sort of like kaiju, like a flying like kaiju monster kind of thing. I feel like it's really cool for that too, because you got some good articulation. You got a nice amount of detail. It's got a really cool style to it. A really nice unique style to it. It's just like really neat, to be honest. So overall thoughts, like we got an overall pretty good minifigure selection, but also a really nice flying monster build. And also like the fact that it even includes something to just the fact that it even includes like these clear pillars so that you're able to display your Leviathan, having like posed around in the air. I really like that. Just the that extra little bit of care, like put into like this build being really cool. So overall thoughts, if you can get this for a reasonable price, I managed to get this for a pretty good price, and I definitely didn't regret it. But I have seen this set go for like $50. I have seen this set go for $50. And that's like go for $50 as like its normal like retail release, and I don't think I recommend that. I think 35 is a good asking price for it. Like 35 to like 40. I think 35 to 40 for this set is fair enough, I feel. Like if you can get this set for $35 to $40, yeah, I definitely say it's like a really nice set. I do recommend. And with that, I think we're gonna wrap. And with that, I think it's a good enough time to wrap things up. Yeah, I believe that is a fair enough time to wrap things up. I stream. I tend to stream once on the weekends during once a week during the weekends. Like either Saturday or Sunday. And either Saturday or Sunday, I tend to start streaming at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and yeah. With that, I think that's about it. That's about it for me. If you enjoyed this stream, consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even join the next stream if you like. And of course, I will be streaming again next weekend. There we go.